I love it when we talk to people who are so passionate about what they do. And it's interesting because we all have our unique passions. We have the things that we love. We have the things that are important to us. We have the things that we are passionate about. And that's what ignites the hunger in each and every one of us. So I hope that you learned something from that interview. Dr. Finance is just somebody who is truly, really passionate about it and about finances. And I get inspired listening to him and seeing, all of the history behind it and the difference between economics and finances. So great. Well, we've got a great day planned ahead. All these authors showing up, all these amazing things happening. You are at the Ignite the Hunger in You Summit 2021. We are streaming live all over the globe, reaching out to you because we want to ignite something in you, and you know what that is. We are just here to strike the flame and make it happen so that you can step out and be the greatest version of you. I'd love to take a moment to just share with you this amazing book, Ignite the Hunger in You. 33 amazing authors, including myself and Les Brown, 35 of us in total, sharing our Ignite moments in this beautiful book. It's available to you now. It's available for Christmas gifts. You can get it anywhere you like. Just Google Ignite the Hunger in You. But of course, you can go to ignitethehungerinyou.com and you will find out everything you need to know about this book and about this amazing summit. Lots of stuff is happening. Of course, if you have read the book already, if you were here yesterday and you read the book, then I would love for you to go to Amazon and leave a phenomenal review. In fact, Dr. Finance mentioned Rex Sykes. Now, Rex became a new good friend of mine through one of our authors, Jody Bear. And, again, birds of a feather flock together. Les and I were on Rex Sykes' show. He works the LA Times, and we were on his show last week. Now, Rex got the book, and this is what he wrote. This book is a collaboration, a labor of love, and a deeply heartfelt love letter authored by people you need to get to know. Their genuine stories, their experiences ignited them in a hunger to be better, do better, and have better for themselves, their family, and friends in the world. Their words and their collected inspiration and wisdom can help ignite. Read this book and learn from their experiences. Take the lessons you learn and apply them to your life. Transform who you are, what you do, and what you have thought, what you do and what you have through the laughter, tears, and insights you get while seeing life through their eyes, listening through their ears, and feeling from their hearts and yours. You become part of the collaboration as you read and awaken your innermost resources and abilities to up-level your life. Read some first thing in the morning to fuel you through the day. Read some at nighttime prior to bed to unwind and feel grateful for your day. Read it anytime you want to lift. It will inspire you to find your inner greatness and inner motivation to live a full and happy life. Get over any difficulty and enjoy the life you're blessed to have. Plus, proceeds go for every book for a good cause. Help yourself by getting this book. Help others by getting this book. The world changes you and can help you change it by positive igniting the hunger in you. I just want to say, wowzer. Thank you, Rex. This was totally like Rex just put that up on Amazon, shared that review. And I just want to say thank you. And if you jump over to Amazon and read the reviews before you get your copy, you will be blown away. 5-star reviews all the way from top to finish. It is really making a difference in people's lives. And I want to say thanks to Rex from the LA Tribune. He really shared a lot with us and Les, and it was a lot of fun. Now, speaking of Les, Les isn't here until later today, but I thought I would share a little bit with you for fun. If you haven't seen, if you need a little dose of Les this morning, Les and I did a little interview a couple of days ago before the book launch, and we were all feeling excited and having a good time. And so spontaneously, we're like, let's record this. Let's share this with everybody. And so this is a completely unplanned, prepared interview that Les and I did out of pure glee and excitement for this book and all the joy that it is bringing to people's lives. I'd love for you to watch it and just check out a little bit. Me and Les Brown having a fun interview. All right, take it away. It's JB Owen, CEO and publisher of Ignite Publishing. And I'm so excited because I'm with, this gentleman doesn't need a lot of introductions. The incredible, the amazing, the wonderful, legendary Les Brown. Les, welcome. So great to talk to you today.
Thank you, incredible, legendary JB.
Les and I are having a fantastic talk today because we are launching a new book called Ignite the Hunger in you. I'm so excited
Yes,
about it.
I am too, because this is a time that people have to do that. See, if you're casual about your dream now during the pandemic, your dream will end up a casualty. In order to get it out, you've got to ignite that hunger. And that hunger is unstoppable. That hunger is relentless. That hunger is willing to persevere until you reach your goal that you envision for yourself.
You know, Les, the powerful thing about this book is that inside it are these ignite moments that people shared that happened to them. It's a compilation book, 35 authors, but many of them talk about how you were the impetus of this ignite moment, how your teaching and your sharing and your incredible inspirational message really moved them to another place in their life.
I'm so glad to hear that. It's a humbling experience to hear people say that. All of us, I believe, at different points in our lives, we need someone to speak to us in a way that we're speaking life, that we are able to take people to a place in themselves that they can't go by themselves. And this is that kind of place where we are, that a lot of people are feeling helpless and powerless. And the stories in this Ignite the Hunger in You, it's going to really stir up the spirit and soul and energy in people that read each chapter, because they will realize that what they're going through, they will get through. And they have examples of hope and inspiration to guide them there.
Well, you heard it for the master himself, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your copy of Ignite the Hunger in You. You can get it at all retail outlets. You can get it on Amazon, online. Les, thanks for being here. Ignite the Hunger in You, and blessings. So fun. Les and I were just having a good time, and I want to just share that I hope you saw how, Les is just this amazing individual who just jumps in to the spirit of the moment, and he loves to share, he loves to inspire, and he truly, truly, truly loves this book. I am blown away how many times Les speaks about this book and how much he loves it, how he reads the story. He'll give me a call and be like, I read another story again. This is my third time reading the story, my third time reading the book. Like, he really, truly is so moved and touched by all the stories in the book. And we want you to feel that same way. So go to Amazon, download the book, buy the book, purchase the book, get a copy of the book. I'm sure Amazon to get it to you before Christmas. And then, of course, we would love for you to take advantage of our secret gift, our secret offer. Go to mentorwithles.com and upload your receipt for your purchase, and you could be entered to win. All right, I want to just reset the room and have a little bit of fun. Our team is going to play this wonderful little video we have with all these moving music and these moving photos. It's all about what Ignite is about. We're going to reset the room and play that, and then we'll come right back. All righty, let's go and do that. Let's let everybody get that music going a little bit. Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope you have your coffee, your green juice, your tea, your matcha, your turmeric, your super supercharged, whatever it is that makes you feel boosted and full of joy, your fruit, your drinks, wherever you are. And you know what? That might be you might not be morning for you. It might be afternoon. It might be evening. You might be having a glass of wine. You might be having a little port, a little Chardonnay, wherever you are in the world. I hope that you are relaxed and excited at the same time, because this is going to be something magical. I want you to be nestled in. I want you to be listening. And at the same time, I want you to be surrounded by the things that you love and the things that you enjoy, because we're going to be talking about possibilities. We're going to be talking about what's possible. I have been really on a quest for the last year and a half, really talking about what's possible. When COVID hit, I was absolutely, kind of just like, I'll say angry that everybody was just waiting around. And it was no one's fault. We had to wait around. We didn't know, but I was just like, disappointed that the fact that life had come to a place where we had to stop and wait to see what was possible, to see what we had permission, to see what was allowed. And it was like the grand pause, like the grand pause. Everyone had to pause. And in that pause, I had a bit of time to think about, like, what do we need to start focusing on going forward? And possibilities became the absolute word that spoke to me, that inspired me, that stepped forth inside of me. We need to be thinking about what's possible. We need to be engaging in what's possible. And so I've been on a mission to ignite possibilities in people's lives. And I am going to share with you a fantastic rendition, sneak peek at my new book that's coming out in 2022, The Possibility Principles, Ignite What's Possible in You. And I want to share with you these fundamental principles. And before we do that, what I would love to do is I want to share with you one of my favorite videos that we produce. It's called Breakthrough Day. Now, a lot of times we wake up and it's like, oh, like we're tired, we're exhausted. If you listen to Glenn Lundy yesterday, he talked about don't press the snooze button. You got to rise and grind. You got to have that morning routine. And so many of the other authors after that reiterated the importance of having that morning routine. And so one of the things that has really come to me is Breakthrough Day. I love the idea of, like, some days you go to bed and it's like, I didn't show up the best I could as a business owner yesterday. I didn't show up the best I could as a spouse yesterday. I didn't do my best as a parent yesterday. I wasn't the best daughter or son I could have been yesterday. And so the next day when you wake up, it's like, you know what? Today's Breakthrough Day. I don't have to be caught up in what happened yesterday. I don't have to be thinking about, the mistakes I made or I coulda, shoulda, woulda, because today's Breakthrough Day. Today's the day I break through all of that stuff from the past, however long that is. Like, the past is the past. We can't get anywhere if we're looking in the rearview mirror, right? And so I love each and every day, regardless of what happened the day before. I love to just step into the day and really believe that today is Breakthrough Day. And I'm going to break through what's ever holding me back. I'm going to break through the limitations. I'm going to break through the things I don't know that I have yet to learn. I'm going to break through the old ideas that are still embedded in there. I'm going to break through any physical ailments or anything that I'm not feeling in my optimum. And so each and every morning when I wake up, I believe it's Breakthrough Day. And so I'm going to ask the team, let's play our video Breakthrough Day. And when I come back, I'm going to jump right into an amazing keynote. We're going to share with you the possibility principles. But first of all, today, no matter what happened yesterday, if you showed up or if you weren't here, if you didn't see it all, no matter how everything unfolded yesterday, today is your new Breakthrough Day. All right, check it out.
It's Breakthrough Day. You woke up this morning and you decided, you know what? Today's the day. I'm going to make a difference today. I'm going to do that exercise. I'm going to learn that course. I'm going to start doing my life differently today. Today's the day. So go after it. Grab hold of that feeling inside that you're going to do today differently, and start. If that means putting on your running shoes, do that. If that means emptying out the fridge or the cupboards of all the food that you don't need, then do that. If that means sitting down at the computer and filling out those forms or learning that course, then it's time to do that. Because today is Breakthrough Day. Today's the day that you take the motivation inside of you that you've been feeling for however long and you go after it. You don't let your body or your brain or your mind or anyone else in your universe stop you from doing what it is you want. Because Breakthrough Day means breaking through the old ideas, the old patterns, the habits that have held you back, and doing it differently. And at Breakthrough Day, you don't stop, you don't question, you don't wonder, and you don't compare. You certainly don't look backwards. You look forwards and you go after it. So today is the day that you've decided you're going to break through an old limiting belief or get rid of a pattern. Then let's do it together. One foot in front of the other. Let's decide that this is the day things are going to be different. So what does that mean? It means making a list of what it is you want to accomplish. It means using positive affirmations to propel you forward. It means only positive languaging in your mind. It means writing down things that are going to help you achieve what it is you want. It means seeing success happening to you. You're going to do this. You're going to get this. You're going to figure this out. You're going to feel everything you need to feel each and every step along the way as you do it. Because when you do the work and you overcome the struggles, it gets easier and easier. Your muscles are like, I got this. Your brain is like, I can do this. Your soul is like, thank you, because I wanted this. So on a day like today, nothing can stop you. You're going for it. You're moving and you're grooving and you're feeling it. And you're taking action and you're making plans and you're surrounding yourself with people who support you. Because on breakthrough days, you can break through anything. You can break through the old.
Girl is on fire. Oh, can you play it again? Let's hear it again. Let's hear that song again. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. It's only fitting that the CEO and founder of Ignite Publishing, the word Ignite, has adopted this song, This Girl is on Fire, because sometimes I feel so on fire with my passion, my purpose, my plan, the people that I get to work with when I pivot into the business that I love, and I all about perception and purpose. There are, did you get that all? I know it was fast. It was quick, and it was a little tiny nugget, a little tiny precluder to the things that I'm going to share with you today about what's possible. What is possible for you? We want to ignite possibilities in you. I want to ignite possibilities in you. And I want to talk about how to get connected to the possibility principles. What is possibilities? You know, I've talked to so many people, including my mom, about possibilities. And she's like, well, you know, people don't really resonate with possibilities. People want facts. People want guarantees. People want exactly what they know they can get. And I want to say, let's awaken to the possibilities in our lives of what is possible. Because what happens is so often we are born with these measurements, these boxes, these parameters that tell us exactly what is possible for us. Now, I've shared this before, but let me tell you about it again. I remember starting my first business. I remember my first successful business. I was 9 years old, but I actually started a little business before then. I wanted to sell Kool-Aid in our neighborhood for all the kids. There were other kids selling lemonade, and I always thought lemonade tasted terrible. So I decided I was going to have a Kool-Aid stand. Now, for those folks who don't know what Kool-Aid is, it really is food coloring and sugar in water. So blue, green, purple, big, bright colors of this wonderful juice that was basically just sugar, and kids went crazy for it. But what I did was I asked my father, hey, I want to do a Kool-Aid stand. And he told me, give your head a shake. That's not possible. Why would you want to do that? And I remember at the time, because I was really into cartoons, and I remember Daffy Duck and Goofy. And I remember seeing, like, you know, they would shake their head in the commercial and the cartoons, and like a tuba and a sofa and a book and a cat would like come out of their ear because, you know, they had all these things in their brain. And I remember thinking to myself, and I know it's a weird thought, but when you're 7 years old, I mean, you have these thoughts about cartoons. I remember thinking when my dad said, give your head a shake, I remember thinking, like, if I shook my head, would like, you know, like it would something come out of it. And then I thought, well, maybe he should shake his head, because making a Kool-Aid stand is like the coolest thing ever. And so I went ahead, got the wagon from the garage, put a piece of plywood on it, covered it with my mom's little tea towels, and I had my first ever Kool-Aid stand, and I sold Kool-Aid to the kids in the neighborhood. I made it possible. It was such a success. I sold out. I did it day after day, weekend after weekend. I even ended up pulling my wagon to the local park that was nearby, where they were having baseball games on the weekends, and sold Kool-Aid to people who were at the baseball games. I joke around that I was the first food truck in my town. But I wanted to make something possible for me. Even though my father couldn't see it for me, didn't think it was possible, I knew it was possible. I knew I could do it. I knew I just needed to get the wagon, get the plywood, get the tea towels, make the juice. I had these cute little glasses that my mom had got from a catalog that had little oranges and strawberries on the side. They were plastic, so it was perfect for being outdoors. I remember seeing it all in my mind's eye as totally being possible. And it didn't matter that my dad said, give your head a shake. Why would you want to do that? Now, sadly, I spent most of my life, my teenage life and my young life, listening to that same sentence from my father. When I wanted to play Maid Marian in the school play, my dad said, "Why would you want to do that? Give your head a shake." When I wanted to go to fashion design school, my dad said, "Give your head a shake." When I wanted to start my new business, give your head a shake. Even when I wanted to get pregnant with my first child, my dad said, "Give your head a shake." And I remember thinking all those times, what's wrong with my idea? The truth is, there was nothing wrong with my idea. It just wasn't possible for him. He didn't see it unfolding, and so he didn't believe it was possible. And so then he commented on how he felt. And that has really been a foundation for me for my whole life. I think I talk about it a lot, but I'm really at that point in my life where I realize what would maybe feel like, wow, your dad really wasn't supportive. The truth is, him saying that helped me grow the muscle to become who I am today, to realize that anything and everything, anything I want, anything I aspire for, I can make it possible. And the truth is, I want to say thanks, Dad, if you're listening, because if you would have did it for me when I was 7 years old, if you would have made that Kool-Aid stand for me, I probably wouldn't have grown that muscle. And if you would have, called the school and made sure that they made me Maid Marian in the play, and I didn't have to do the work myself, I probably wouldn't have the muscle now. And if you would have paved the way for me and rolled out the carpet for me and made everything easy for me, I probably would not have the muscle I have right now to be the person I am today, to stand in front of you to say, you know what? Anything and everything is possible, because I have been working that muscle since I was 7 years old. And I am so proud to talk about what is possible for each and every one of us. How can we grow possibilities in our lives? And I've mapped it out into a really great process where you can think about the possibility principles. What are the possibility principles? There are so many people that say, "Oh, I'm not lucky like you, JB. I don't have the stamina that you have, JB. I don't want to do what you do, JB." People are always coming up with excuses. And the truth is, it's just because they don't have the map. If I wanted to fly a plane, I would have to sit in the cockpit and somebody would have to show me what all the buttons are. What are the levers? How do I do this? I would have no idea how to fly a plane unless somebody showed me how to do it, walked me through the steps. And possibilities is no different. If you want to manifest possibilities in your life, you just need to know the steps. It's no different than if I wanted to fly a plane. Somebody would just need to show me how. And so you have nestled into a very special moment, because I am going to tell you what are the possibility principles that you need to manifest in your life. Understanding the principles is going to make it unfold. And so grab your pen and paper. We're going to talk about the possibility principles right now. So the number one, I like to put it at the top, is purpose. Oh, people are like, purpose, JB, purpose. I don't know what my purpose is. See, purpose is the thing that gets you up in the morning. It's the breakthrough day. I woke up this morning. Was it dark outside? Yes. Was it cold, Canadian winter? Yes. Did I stay up and work and do a 12-hour live yesterday? Yes. But there was something inside of me that knew today was my breakthrough day, because today I was going to make something possible for you. You were on my mind this morning. I knew that I was going to do my talk today. I was going to present this summit today. I was going to ignite all these authors today. I was going to help people buy books today. I knew I was going to make something possible in someone's life. And that made me throw back the covers at the dark hours of the morning, because I knew that I could make something possible for someone else. That is my purpose. My purpose is the thing that drives me. My purpose is the reason why I want to throw back the covers. My purpose is the thing that no matter how hard it was yesterday, today's breakthrough day, I'm going to do something new, something different. I'm going to make something possible for someone else. Last night at the summit ended, I went to bed thinking, JB, what was the success? What would have been a success marker for you at the end of the summit? What were you looking for to indicate that it was a success? And I didn't have an answer until I picked up my phone, and all I saw were texts and messages and emails from people all over the world, from my team, from the other authors, from complete strangers who text me, email, WhatsApped me, text me on LinkedIn, sent me a message on all of my different streams. Loved the summit, loved what you did, felt so inspired, was so empowered. Thank you for being you. Loved the authors, loved the message. The book is phenomenal. And at that moment, I knew so deeply that I had fulfilled for that day my purpose. And so, what I want to share with each and every one of you, you have a purpose. You were born and brought here for a purpose. You may not know what that purpose is yet. Phenomenal, because that means you get to go on the beautiful quest of finding out what it is. It's a quest, it's a journey, it's a discovery. It's phenomenal that you get to find out what is my purpose. And that is the journey of you, becoming a student of you, learning who you are, learning what you love, learning what you are good at, giving and offering the things that are important to you to the other people around you. That sets you on purpose. And so write it down. What is my purpose? And now many of you know it. I'm just talking to the people who don't know it, who get to go on the journey. But many of you know what your purpose is, and you're hiding. You're playing small. You're not showing up, and even though you know what your purpose is. Some of you are living your purpose and you're like, oh, it's not happening fast enough. The truth is that journey, that incredible process. We talked about the gap yesterday with Maynard. We talk about the journey. I've shared with you, many of you, that I went on a 5,000 kilometer cycle ride last year, a 6,000 kilometer cycle ride this year. There is a journey and the process. I never could have got from zero to the end goal by just doing one step. I had to do every single inch along the way. And so discovering your purpose, knowing your purpose, and then living on purpose is a total journey. It is not an end destination. In fact, I'll give you a little secret. You may never get to the end, because you will evolve as your purpose evolves. And as your purpose evolves, new things will come up, and you will continue to find new ideas and new suggestions and new end goals, so that in some ways your purpose is never finite, that it's complete. Your purpose is you. You get to live on purpose. And one of the most important possibility principles is to be aware that that purpose was divinely given to you. It's your right. It's yours. You know, sometimes I laugh because I hear other people saying possibilities, and I hear other people saying ignite, and I'm like, that's me, that's mine. But the joy and the wonder is, I love it when everybody says ignite and possibilities, because I know now it's becoming infectious. It's becoming commonplace for them. Now, possibilities at Ignite is something that is on their mindset, and they're going to say it out of their voice, and someone else is going to hear it, and then it's going to become their mindset. And so I know that I'm doing the right work. I know that I'm living on purpose, because people are talking about Ignite moments, and people are talking about possibilities. And so I'm living on purpose. So know your purpose, understand your purpose, and then live within your purpose. And again, it's a muscle. It's something that you need to exercise each and every day. No different than when I was 7 years old. And I got to tell you, that wagon was tough to pull across the grass. And that piece of plywood was heavy. And I got splinters from it. And I scraped my knee. And walking up and down the stairs and stirring that. And there was some struggles in it. No kidding. But I was on purpose. And I was exercising my purpose from a very young age. And in truth, if you look back to when you were most happy, and you look back to when you were that young, innocent you probably already know you were living on purpose way back then. So dial into that version of you and understand that your purpose has been within you since day one. All right, purpose, purpose, purpose. Number 2 is passion. You got to have passion. You have to believe with passion, with conviction, with excitement that this is where you're headed. You've heard many of our authors, even Dr. Finance, talking about how passionate he was about finances. Passion is the fuel behind your purpose. You need to be passionate about it. I mean, stay up late, work harder, do more than you've ever done before. It's so passionately in you that you don't really care what time it is. You don't really care that it's 2 a.m. You don't really care that no one is paying you, because you are doing it from a place of passion. So think about the things that you love to do that nobody pays you for. Think about the things that you are always helping your friends out with because you're just passionate about it. Think about the things that you talk about over and over and over again. You'll even get into little, mini spats with your friends at a dinner party because you're so passionate about it. That is your passion. That's your conviction. We've all heard Les Brown numerous times in our life. Here's a man with passion. True, incredible, undeniable passion. And you want to follow him. You want to listen to him. You want to sink into what he says because he's passionate about it. I hope that you can absolutely identify with the passion that I have to ignite lives, the passion that I have for People's Ignite moments, the passion that I feel to help people share their story. You can feel that passion in me, and that's what drives me. And so all you need to do is really take the time to sit with yourself. What am I passionate about? What do I love doing? What am I good at? What are the talents that I was given? The interesting thing is I've been writing since I was 9. I remember even 12, 13, 14, 15. I used to go to my mom's office after school. I would take the bus, the city bus, to my mom's office after school, and I would wait for her to be finished work to take me home. Now, she was passionate about her business, and so often it was 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock before we would go home. And I would sit in her secretary's desk, in her chair, and play on her secretary's typewriter. And I would start writing. I started writing at a very young age. I was passionate about writing. I was passionate about telling my story. But later in life, because I kept doing it and it was easy and it came easy to me, I was like, oh, whatever, anybody can write. Everybody can write. There's writing, whatever. I actually didn't utilize it and think of it as a talent because it came to me quite easily. One of your passions is something that you do all the time that actually you find so easy, but guess what? It's not easy for everyone else. I heard a very powerful statement where it said, your talent, or what you think is mundane, someone thinks is brilliant. What you think is mundane, someone else thinks is brilliant. And that's because it's easy for you. And what's easy for you, somebody else needs that experience that you have and that passion. So dial into the passion inside of you and get excited. People tease me all the time. How do you stay so excited? It's because I'm passionate. One of my team texted me last night. They're like, wow, I can't believe you kept up your energy all day long. Why? Because I'm passionate. I'm passionate that you are learning. I'm passionate that there's somebody out there who hears one thing I say or something one of my amazing authors said that ignites a passion in them to be like, I am going to go do that. I am going to get excited about that. I'm going to take the steps to do that. And I may not be perfect. I may not get there the first swing out, but I'm going to go after it time and time and time again. So dial into that passion, that conviction, that knowing, that belief, that fire inside of you. You got to ignite the hunger because it's there. Don't be afraid to let anybody see it. Because if they don't like the passion in you, then that's okay. It's for you. It's for you. You have to live in passion. And if somebody else can't see it, it's just because they can't see it for them. Doesn't mean they can't see it for you. All right? Purpose, passion, plan. If you just learn the top 3 possibility principles, you've got it nailed. Be on purpose, have passion, and make a plan. Now, we have to take action for any results to happen. It's just the way it is. I am a huge proponent of taking action. I hear and see so many people, I want to do this. I want to do that. I really want to do this. I really want to do that. And years later, guess what you hear? I really want to do this. I've always wanted to do this. I still want to do this. And they haven't taken any action. You've got to take action. You got to have a plan of action. Now, action and a plan moves you forward. Even if it's a micro inch, even if it's what I said yesterday, 1%. If you wake up today and you decide that you want to move the needle in your life, just do 1% more in the degree of where it is you want to go and get a plan. Get a plan for what it is you want. See the future, see the vision, see where it is you want to be. Now you can create a plan any way you want. I used to do 30-day plans. I did them on the full moon. Every full moon, I would write out what my plan was for the next 30 days until the next new moon, until the next full moon. And I would focus on that 30-day plan. And I would take that 30-day plan and I would break it down into 4 weeks. I'd break it down into a plan for each week. And then I break that weekly plan down into a daily plan. And then I break my daily plan into like, what am I doing in the morning? What am I doing in the afternoon? What am I doing in the evening? It's so simple. And you know what happened? Time and time and time again, I was making my 30-day plan. I'd have the things I needed to do in the next 30 days. I'd break them down into a week. I'd break them down into each day or the 5 days of the working week minus the weekend. I'd break those days down into 3 sections each day, morning, afternoon, and night. Before I knew it, my 30-day plans were getting done over and over again. And so suddenly my 30-day plan stretched out into my quarterly plans. What are my plans for the next 3 months? What am I going to do for the next 3 months? What am I going to do each month, each week, each day? And my quarterly plans turned into yearly plans. I'm going to do this year. I'm going to complete this year, which broke down into each month, each week, each day. And now 1-year plans turn into 2-year plans, turn into 5-year plans, turn into 10-year plans. And all you need to do is break your plans down into incremental, doable steps. People get overwhelmed and give up on their plans because they focus on the big end result. They focus on all the pieces that they need to fit in at the very end. It's kind of like, I don't know about you guys, but I love puzzles. We get a puzzle in our family. We turn over the box. We put all the puzzle pieces out. And the first plan is we turn all the puzzle pieces so they're face up. And then the next plan is we find all the corners. And then the next plan is we find all the edges. And then we put all the edges together. And then the next plan is we put all the different color groupings together. We have a plan. But guess what? When we open up the box and we pour all the pieces on the table, everyone is like, oh my goodness, right? There's overwhelm. Absolute overwhelm. Where to start? Where to start? What do we do? Well, we get a plan. We plan it out. And life is like that. So when you are overwhelmed with your end result, the big puzzle pieces that you don't know how to sort out, you move it backwards incrementally into a strategic plan. I want to build a website. Well, what do I got to do first? Here's the plan. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. I want to start a business. What do I need to do first? I need to do this. 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 I'm going to break this into a plan. I need to do this. I'm going to break this down into a plan. I want to, write a book. Oh my goodness. Why is Ignite so successful? Because we have a plan. Each and every author is walked through an amazing 4-month process. In the first month, each week is dialed down into a plan. Week 1, you learn this. Week 2, you learn this. Week 3, you learn this. Week 4, you learn that. At the end of week 4, you've got your story written. In week 5, you do this. We go into editing. Week 6, editing. Week 7, editing. You meet with editor 1. You meet with editor 2. You meet with editor 3. By the end of month 2, you've got your story written and edited. In week 3, we step into marketing. We help you market. We help you produce. We show you how the production works. And by the end of month 3, the marketing is done and you're ready to month 4, launch. And launch, we start working. What's the business plan? How do you sell the book? How do you market the book? How do you reach out to your community? How do you leverage the book? How do you monetize the book? We have this master plan. And guess what? You could ask any one of our 700 authors, how did that work out for you? And they would say they love it because Ignite broke it down into a plan. The plan got us to the finish line. So whenever you have a big dream, a big purpose with lots of passion, get a plan. Have a plan of how you break it down into little steps. Now, some people will be like, I have no idea how to execute my plan. Bravo. Reach out to people who can help you. There are so many authors. In fact, probably every single one of our authors have come to us and they didn't know how to write a book. That's why they came to us. They sought us out. They sought me out to help them with their solo book or their story because they look for someone who could help them execute their plan. So whatever plan you have, go find the people who have done that before, who are experts in that field, who can help you get there faster, quicker, easier, and less expensive. Because if you try to do it yourself, you don't know what you're doing. You're going to spend more money. You're going to waste more time. You're going to get more disappointed. You're going to get more frustrated. And guess what? That's when plans collapse. Get a plan. Find someone who can help you execute your plan. Work with people who've done it already before you. And then incrementally break your plan down into doable, manageable steps. And trust that the plan is where you're headed. Focus on the plan. Great, great, great learning. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. If you learned 3 things from me today, purpose, passion, and plan, those are the 3. Go with those. But I take it one step further and we talk about possibilities. See, you have to believe that it's possible for you because you could have a purpose, you could have a passion, you could have a plan. But inside your mind, if you don't think it's possible, guess what will happen? You will sabotage it. You will destroy it. You will muddle it up in the sense that you don't want it to happen subconsciously because you don't think it's possible. I have seen so many people who come to me with an idea, want me to help them with the master plan. I help them with the master plan. But little by little, you see them not showing up, not finishing their work, not getting ill, getting sick, having a catastrophe, getting into an argument, creating problems, because in truth, somewhere inside of them, they don't think it's possible. And so all these other things unfold. I'm working on my current book. It's called Wisdom from the Back of a Bike. And I talk about fear. See, I believed it was possible for me to cycle 5,000 kilometers across Canada. I was overweight. I had just turned 50. I'd never been a cyclist. Our tandem bike was in our garage with cobwebs on it. I'd never spent 56 days on the back of a bike with my husband right in front of me. I'd never cycled 150 kilometers a day. I'd never spent 7 hours in a day on a bike. But I had to believe it was possible. I believed I could do it. I believed that it was possible for me. I believed I could get in the shape I needed to be in. I believed that we could create the map. I believed that the team could support us. I believed that my legs would move day after day after day. I believed the weather would be beautiful. I believed that the road would be great. I believed that it was possible, and it was possible. And so guess what? It became possible. Now, the truth is, if I would have thought, oh, I'll never make it. Oh, it's not going to be easy. Oh, the kids are going to be unhappy in the follow vehicle. Oh, the roads are going to be terrible. Oh, the weather's going to be bad. Oh, COVID is here. All of those thoughts would have never made it be possible. And so your mindset, your belief system, what you believe to be true in making it possible is fundamental to the success of anything you have. And you need to do the work. Back to my idea about fear. In my current book that I'm working on, Wisdom from the Back of the Bike, because that bike trip has now made it possible for me to write a book about it, because I learned so many phenomenal principles while I was on the back of a bike. But one of the things I talk about is fear. See, people procrastinate, people sabotage, people get into, conundrums and catastrophes because in truth, they fear the success. They don't think it's possible for them. They don't think they deserve it. They don't think they're good enough. And so if somewhere inside of you, you're like, JB, I want to do this, but I don't think it's possible. I have this dream, but I can't see how it's possible. I envision this, but I don't know how to make it possible. Because somewhere inside of you, the mindset is the fear of the success. The fear of what if it did happen? The fear of what if you did make it? The fear of maybe my life would change if I got what was possible for me. And so those are some really important ideas to consider when you want to really step into what's possible for you, is what is your belief system around your success? Ask yourself that. Think about that for a moment. When you're doing anything, the next one is people. You need people around you. You want people around you. We are creatures who love community. We are human beings. We love connection. And so people and who are like-minded, like you, like the people on this summit, like the authors in this book, people make the world go round. People locking arms with people who support you, who believe in you. People move you forward because they inject new ideas. They support you. They encourage you. They challenge you. And it's people that help you move forward. Yes, people can live in a hut all by themselves, way out in the backcountry, grow their own food and totally be content. Yes, it's true. But if you want to do something big and on a scale where it's impacting others, you need other people around you. And so people is a fundamental ingredient into your success. Find the people who have done it before you. Find the people who support you. Find the people who have the knowledge, and become a student. Become a student of your own life. Become a student of your own learning. Do you think I knew how to do a summit? No, I had to learn it. Do you think I knew how to produce a book? No, I had to learn it. Do you think I knew how to cycle across Canada? No, I had to learn it. I had to become a student. I had to put my ego aside and say, who are the people that can help me? Who are the people who've done this before? Who are the people who know how to do it? I'm not supposed to know how to do everything. In fact, my journey here is to learn it, to be a student. And so surround yourself with amazing people who can support you. Learn how to pivot. The next possibility principle is pivot. See, when I was doing that 5,000 kilometer ride across Canada and the 6,000 kilometer ride up to the top of the world highway in Alaska and in the Yukon, I had to pivot a lot. Peter and I rode our tandem bike. Our kids were in our follow vehicle with our driver. And guess what? Roadblocks, rainstorms, potholes, bears. There were all kinds of things along the way where we had to pivot. I've been so blessed to start multiple businesses. I think I'm in the double digit of businesses that I've started. And throughout the pandemic and before that, I had to pivot all the time. In fact, I'm working with somebody. We're creating a new book and it's called The Global Pivot. We've all had to pivot. Each and every one of us had to pivot because of the pandemic. But a pivot is a good thing. See, when I was riding my bike and we had to pivot because there was a roadblock, or we had to pivot because there was a deer on the road, or we had to pivot because there was a rainstorm, something else always more phenomenal showed up. We would be cycling with a goal, and then we'd see a sign, or we'd meet somebody on the road, or something would happen, and we would have to pivot. And that pivot usually turned into something amazing. We would meet the coolest people. We would end up at the most amazing places with the coolest food. We would see the most beautiful vistas. The pivot was actually God's way of saying, look over here. Look over here. There's something over here. See, many of us have had to pivot during these last 2 years because guess what? The universe wants you to look over here. Look at what you're good at. You were doing this. Now you're going to pivot and do that. You were stuck in this trajectory. Now let's pivot and do that. You thought this was the way. Let's pivot and try this way. So many times we're so busy looking one way that the answer is right there. We're so busy looking for the golden goose over there. And guess what? There's a pile of golden eggs right there. You've got to be willing to pivot. Because the fun is in the pivot. The adaptation is in the pivot. The pivot is what shows you exactly where you need to go. So embrace the pivot. Get fun and excited about the pivot, because the pivot is usually something better on the other side of the pivot. All right, perception. We all have our own perceptions. We are born and we adopt and we acquire all kinds of perceptions. And what I want to challenge each and every one of you to do is ask yourself, what are my perceptions? What's my perception of me? What's my perception of my abilities? What's my perception of my success? When you really analyze what your perception is of yourself, you'll see what's holding you back. Now, in addition to that, what is your perception of the people around you? Your team members, your employees, the people you work with, the people who support you, the people you sleep beside. I wrote in one of my books, I think it was called in Enjoying Parenting, where I said, like, what if the person sleeping beside you doesn't support you? What is their perception of you? What is their perception of your abilities? And so knowing the people around you and what their perception is going to help you know how influenced you are by their perception, because it is all perception. We can choose whatever it is we think. So I can decide that today I'm going to move in this direction and be successful because these are my possibilities. Or I can decide that today I'm going to move in this direction because the world is this and the pandemic is this and this and this and my parents said this. I get to decide what perception I want to buy into. I truly get to decide what perception is my truth. Because if I move in this direction and I accomplish this, my parents are still going to think that, or the neighbors are still going to say that. If I allow that perception to yield me or stop me or prevent me, then guess what? It's their perception versus mine. I remember when I told Peter one time that I wanted to do something, he said, well, what if you fail? And I said, that's interesting. Well, I wouldn't fail because the day one that I started it would not be a failure because I was one day closer. I was one step closer. I was one moment closer. There never would be a fail. Maybe I would never get to the finish line, but I would never fail because I stepped into it and I decided to do it. Day one is a success. And so if you switch your perception to day one of anything you try is a success, then you never, ever feel like anything is a failure. All right. And the last thing I want to talk about is prepare. Prepare yourself for it all to happen. Prepare yourself for the day that it shows up. As some of you have heard this story, but I had been planning, I had been connecting, I had been getting my plan, I had been full of passion to do this book with Les Brown. I sent him a proposal. I'd reached out to the people that I knew that were connected to him. I was totally on purpose with my book. I knew exactly what my perception was. And guess what? One day out of the blue, I got a phone call and I didn't recognize the number. So I picked up the phone, a little cheeky. Hello, who's this? Is this JB Owen? Yes, who's calling? Oh, would you please hold the line for Les Brown? Wow. Bing! Prepare. When Les Brown came on the phone, he asked me, JB, I saw your proposal. Let's do this. Let's make this book. I think this would be a wonderful project. And I was ready to go. I was prepared because I'd done the work. I'd been prepared. I connected with the people. I had the plan. I was full of passion. I knew what my purpose was. So when he said he was ready, guess what? I was ready. I was absolutely ready because I was prepared. So many times in life, exactly what you want shows up. Exactly the opportunity you ask for shows up. You get a phone call, you get a text, you get an introduction, you meet somebody at a party, you get a yes in an email. And guess what happens? You take your foot off the gas. You were so ready. You were so pushing for it. You were asking the universe for it. And guess what? It showed up and you're like, oh, brakes. Whoa, I'm not prepared for that. A few years ago, I had the pleasure of being on Dragon's Den television show. It's like Shark Tank. And I was selling a product of mine, and I was talking about, oh yeah, we're going to be in 70 stores and we're going to do this and that and that and that happened. And guess what? It didn't happen. And it didn't happen because the truth is, thank goodness it didn't happen, because I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for that contract. I wasn't prepared to suddenly have 70 stores that was taking hundreds and hundreds of product that needed product week after week after week. I didn't have my systems in order. I wasn't prepared. And so guess what? The universe didn't give me that opportunity because I wasn't prepared. And so prepared works two ways. If you want an opportunity to come to you, be prepared. I heard a beautiful sermon. Prepare for your prayers. Please, God, give me more money. Please, God, give me this. Please, God, bring me my customers. Please, 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 universe, provide this. Pray, 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 prepare. But are you prepared? Have you prepared your systems? Have you prepared your talk? Have you prepared your course? Have you prepared your website? Have you prepared all the things you need to do? Have you prepared yourself? Have you been prepared? Because when opportunity shows up, you want to be prepared because it will come to you. And so preparation is so important. Mind preparation, systems preparation, acknowledgement preparations, people around you preparation. You've got to be prepared because guess what? It will show up. Possibilities want to come to be, and they are going to show up endlessly in your life, and you've got to be prepared. And so let me quickly recap. Be on purpose, have passion, get a plan, know it's possible, surround yourself with people, pivot when you need to, create the positive perception, and be prepared. I hope that's been helpful for you because I know absolutely without a doubt, I'm so passionate about it. Without a doubt, every single one of us on the planet, all 7+ billion of us, deserve to live in our possibilities, in the center of the tsunami, of the beauty, of the blossoming, of the cocooning, of the metamorphosis of what's possible for us. Every single one of us deserves to live in our possibilities, to be surrounded in the swirl of the beauty of our possibilities. And it's my mission to go out into the world and tell as many people as possible what's possible for them. And so I thank you for listening. I thank you for dialing in. And I thank you for awakening to the idea that it's possible for you. It's totally 100% possible. And I am excited. And if no one has told you yet, I believe in you. I know you can do it. I know that it's there because I love to say this. What you want wants you. What you want wants you. Your dreams, your desire, your wishes, what you want, absolutely, undoubtedly, without a doubt, wants you. And I'm going to jump into our next video because it's all about igniting possibilities. We have this great, great video talking about igniting possibilities. I love you dearly. I thank you. I hope that this has been joyful for you. Many blessings, and may possibilities fill your life.
Ignite possibilities. It's the idea that anything is possible. In fact, anything and everything is absolutely possible. We just need to start believing in that. There's a lot of conversations going on the planet, and one of them needs to be about possibilities. We need to inspire and ignite possibilities in all of our minds once again to believe that things are possible. We can change the planet when we step into the idea that what is possible is absolutely possible, and we can go after that. We can do that. We can dream more. We can aspire for more. We can have more. We can include more. We can create more. We just have to believe it. Start doing it. Working in that direction. Having that conversation. Understanding that what's possible is truly impossible in each of us. Igniting possibilities, that's the idea. That's what we need to start talking about. Ignite possibilities in me, in you, in everyone, in humanity. When we raise ourselves up, we raise each other up. And when we start going after what's possible in our own lives, we give permission for everyone, every single person on the planet to go after what's possible for them. Ignite possibilities. Ignite a possibility in you. Ignite possibilities in someone else. And we can change the world.